Okay, everybody hear me well? We're doing our Rumba, and we'll try to focus on some idea. We'll call it, let's say, a stage exaggeration. When we bring something on the stage, we want this thing with the idea we're producing to be loud enough and intense enough, and our commitment should be at 100%, so it will be seen, it can be received even from the person who is sitting further, not the table we're dancing right in front, but let's say judges who is staying on the far end of the room, or your friends who sit on the other side of the room. That when you're doing your movements, the commitment to reach the limit of your extension, of your compressions, of your speed, of your particular like a hip motion, that you will try to get beyond your habitual effort. Thinking, okay, I'm stretching out to create a width. Is there other resources? Am I doing just a couple percent more? I need to think I need to add like 50% more to my effort, so the line which I think is long enough actually will look tremendously long, because I'm even accepting the idea of some little sacrifices of accuracy because of the impact, the effort to be loud and to be intense. My biggest images is a makeup of a ballet dancers. When they're performing on the stage and they need to, their eyes and lips need to be seen from the 30th row, their makeup is exaggerated. You don't really walk with this makeup in an evening gala. You would look funny. But on the stage, they exaggerate the redness of lips or cheeks. So same we'll be doing. We'll do a combination with some shapes and actions, and we'll try to discuss what's our habitual, what's our comfort zone, what's beyond our comfort zone. And when we're getting there, how, with all the risk included, there is also a bigger reward awaits us there. So we'll start with something like any of you can have at the beginning of a routine. You'll stand on the right leg, and you will be doing a little preparation with the arms back and reaching forward to continue your arms to the partner, to start pulling him in and opening your arms to the top with the leg open. Yeah, that's our first thing. So what's our first idea? And I'm starting, I'm exploring a comfortable position of my weight on the heel, middle, legs get more intense, forward with my thigh, almost falling. So now if my arms stay developing a little further behind, then I can go and not move myself as a stick, but develop a little bit of the chest opening. So the moment before we'll start closing, I can think that between my chest and my elbows, I am getting to a much more extreme development, a shape which will look like your heart is screaming, I want to dance with him, or I can't hold my feelings inside. Yeah? So slowly, when we're getting there, we're coordinating how the limit of our chest expression can match with the limit of our elbows, and how they still can, let's say, this is where you feel, okay, I can do it. Can you open from the elbow to the wrist? Can you feel that your fingertips are trying to reach for some help, for some support? And when you get to this place of maximum development and start turning them into, you see where they're turning from. They're turning from my back. So this is a place where your back would bring your arm forward. And then after this wrist, you can have a much bigger volume of return from the butt and chest, like 1 feet away. They can go neutral, and when they go neutral, your arms can be all the way extended forward, and maybe you can even press to the back foot. And when we're collecting, is it just marking, or it's taking this, I don't know, hope or pain of refusal? You're saying, how can he refuse to dance with me? Ah, I'm so hurt. So how it can be little sacrifice on your perfect posture, but giving it a believable, honest expression in your chest before you will be, I don't know, clearing your mind out of this and opening your eyes and for new hope or something, yeah? So let's give it a few more times. Reaching forward, elbows back, and you're about to fall, and your arms are turning in to start collecting you, and you go very deep inside, and you feel that the line from your belly button to your solar plexus is diagonal back. And this is something you later can start unfolding through your hands. So let's say now when I'm unfolding, can I have the contrast of being very closed in my arms, but still work my back to bring my arm all the way up? So if you just do this little thing, hold your elbow and start pulling it above your head. Move it above your head, move it above your head and to the back. Like resist a little bit so you feel that this whole segment gets activated. And do the same with another hand. Pull it up, pull it through. Work underneath your shoulder blade to get it past. Yes, and now the arms kind of holding one another, but your back is working to get through this into the elevation. So, ready, and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 4 and 1. And when I was risking within my control zone, I occasionally went off my control zone. Where it happened? Right there, I went to a place where it was not perfectly balanced, but I sustained it with my hips. So if you're doing some yoga classes and you're doing some kind of a warrior 3, or I forget the other element here, or from this element, 2, warrior 3, then you will pretty much have enough strength here to sustain a moment where you almost falling off, but you surviving it through the strength of your standing leg to get back through it. Yeah, one more time. Reaching, reaching, under the leg really fall. So see if you can fall a little further down when your arm is, and then when you're collecting, and then getting up. Next, it will be going with the pass of your leg. So opening your arms. Again, the soft tone in your fingers have nothing to do with the idea that from inside of your back, from your spine, the energy goes through your arm. And like, think that you would try to hold your arms together, but somebody would be pulling them out. And this force, yeah, it's coming from between your shoulder blades. When you will be opening this, you might, with some idea of resistance, you might as well feel like a phoenix rising through your hand, taking a little glimpse at the ceiling, and then getting back on the ground. And then we'll do simple forward walk, up, turn, and turning to a circle. So left, right, slipper. So let's do it. And 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Yep. Okay, let me see. And each of you will look different, and this is a cool thing about it. We have a general canvas, but some of you will be a little more flexible, or some of you will be a little more direct, or some of you will be, I know, a little more articulated in the wrists, and maybe feel more muscle tone to decorate this gesture thing. Or somebody maybe will be using the legs stronger. It's all fine, because it will be your personal expression. And this is cool. Ready. So generally I want to like have 4 segments, and I give you 2 counts for each of them. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 4 and 1. Yeah? So one segment is going forward, other segment is collecting back, third segment is crossing and opening, and fourth segment is bring your arm down through the big circle. You can choose if it will be sideways, it will be a little twisted, it will be other twist, if it will be for a softer hand, or maybe you decide to bring through the center. I don't care. Let's maybe still practice a wide thing, because we'll practice some closing later. We have more elements to put. Ready? 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Very nice. Very nice. One more time. You might find more flow between elements, but already each of you presenting the level of intensity, like the, you know how they're calling one of the, like a known phrase about change, like change your questions. Yeah, you're asking like, oh, why everything is wrong in my life? And instead you're asking, okay, what can I do about it? Changing your questions, like changing your requests. Yeah. Now it looks like your request to your body is of a completely different quality. Did I say quality twice? The type of your request is of a completely different quality. You're requesting the depth, you're requesting the stretch, you're requesting your body to express much more complicated range of emotions. Ready, doing it. 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Yeah. Good. You might change my religion, like technique and all of the food and hip action, because now you all look so beautiful and so different and so unique. I'm just sitting there thinking, oh, what a happy teacher I am, having beautiful ladies with their own maturity and the ability to express it. Beautiful. One more time, please. 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Wonderful. How we can At this moment, we really couldn't go our regular way. I'm saying, oh, you did this wrong, and you did this wrong, and you did this wrong, because in what you're doing now, there is nothing wrong. I can only say that you can be a little softer, a little harder, but it will not make any real sense because you committed to a movement and they don't have a particular description in a technique book. So they are of your own expression and they're beautiful. I approve all of them. What will be our next way of exaggeration? So when we get from this upper area feeling that when we get to our foot, so how we can think that somebody put a rubber band right around our ankle. So the moment it has to be pressed forward, the discipline in our standing glute and the idea of overcoming some resistance, some hesitance is physically felt. And if you imagine this rubber band attached to your both ankle areas, to like a shoe around your shoelace. So you manage to stretch it, push it away. You then benefit on the brush, but you work immediately into the opening, and then you will benefit for the final turn. So the idea of gooiness and gooiness gives the reward of the sharpness in the end. Whoa. Yeah. So ankle, the shoelace area. Let's again. I know that I'm more of a pursuer of functionality, but the moment when your free leg have time and have an opportunity to show off, please don't hesitate. So what's our exaggeration? A very active inner thigh, a very active side contraction here to create a shape, ankle inside, toe outside, and all of the side shapes is not preventing me from doing the maximum articulation of my ankle. And then if you can hold it longer before unfolding, then you will be even cooler, showing that you're standing leg. Yeah? So again, think rubber band is on your shoelace. If you do like this, you let it roll over to your ankle. But you want it to stay here, not to roll here. So it means you will be longer in working your standing leg. And this would be the exaggeration of leg quality. Where's my rubber band? You can think of a judging panel consists of the different judges. Some of them will start looking at your upper part expression and would be satisfied and happy and give you first place immediately. But other judge will be just skipping it all and will be looking for your first step because he is obsessed with the footwork. So if this is your thing around the shoelace, and let's see if it will work. So when you get in there, you want to think, can I go into this thing? Yes, until it clicks. So this is the idea. It's a little hard to arrange it, but you visualize it. And now keep it pointed and keep developing it from the standing leg without unfolding your bent knee yet. Wonderful. And if you feel the space, the next powerful twist will be unexpected. And again, maybe in a conversation of some so like in a normal conversation, I don't have to raise my voice loud. But if I'm in the middle of the fight and the arguing. Then I need to be sometime louder. I need to make my point. Or vice versa, I will start whispering and everybody will be like, okay, why he's so angry? Exaggerated. You are on the battlefield in some way. So when you go here and you turn, you simply want the judge to turn his eyes on you. So you might feel uncomfortable with my turn, and I might say, I didn't see, it didn't attract my attention enough. So we'll have, after our arms, exaggeration of the ankle, up and ankle, and then take your time before this turn to feel how you collect it. And then you give this turn, make it out of your comfort zone. So every time when I'm turning it, I feel a little discomfort in my head because it's some sort of micro concussion. Because I'm doing this whiplash from my spine, and we don't want to injure ourselves, but we want to expand the area what we're okay with. If you're not okay with this, okay, nothing bad with it, but you shouldn't expect for the judges to say, wow, you were so cool. Yep, yeah. So, never turn your head only 180, so don't do something like, yeah, he was turning cool and then the head went the other side, mess up with all of it. Okay, just doing it up. Let me see how your legs are doing. Let's do from beginning. Why not? You all look beautiful, and I'm sure that you exploring might be more about shoulders, more deeper, more touchy. Maybe it will be more soft or more desperate in your arms. One more thing, again, we're discussing sometimes with your level of intelligence and sophistication, I'm sure none of you will look vulgar and like a slutty when you will be doing a touch of yourself, because you just will not touch yourself in an ugly way. If I'm touching my hair like this, it tells you something. I may be thinking of, I know, some regrets, or maybe I'll, as the ladies, they usually like doing something flirty with their thing, or like, it's okay to show me the realness of your story. And if you're doing like, oh, it is so painful, your arm is like 1 mile away from your heart, like, okay, what's pain? Are you washing your hands? So if it's painful, it's deep inside, so it's okay to touch your skin. It's okay to, I know, to make your arm go and for a little touch of your face somewhere here, or your hair. It is okay. And if they would suddenly become like, you would feel it yourself. We're not doing any touching, but the one normal one, like this is, I know, I feel, I try to remember, I'm envisioning how I was feeling cozy when my boyfriend gave me a hug, or I'm so, I don't know what these emotions can be when like you're deciding, you don't know when this can be a moment of solving a different dilemma, a difficult dilemma, yes or no, right? I'm not certain, I'm worried, but I'm still gonna do it, and then I'm from processing it inside, I'm getting out. And this all will be honest, real life storytelling, not mimicking it and like mocking it. From beginning. 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Wonderful. And the next piece of the puzzle is reaching your arm to the back and up, to the front and forward, and then going all the way across and all the way around your head. Right? So this comfort zone and like exaggeration. So for the stage, like for life, I know I'm sad. For the stage, I need to bring it all the way in. So till the moment where I feel like my pecs will be cramping. So let's try to see how you can bring your elbow all the way across your head here. And let's do the same with another hand just for the testing it. So here you can grab it, and when you close it, see how it can be all the way around and twisted here. And again, arm. So this is your, in the routine, it's about your right arm. So right arm goes side, and then it will go up, and that's where you start turning it in the elbow and wrist. And this is where you will start bringing all the way around your head. And you will try to touch the skin on your neck with a round thing, yes. And when with your left arm, when it will go forward, and how it's, I don't know, you're trying to cover a deep wound, like some painful feeling of being betrayed, and you're like, I'll survive. I'll just cover my wound and I will keep dancing. Yeah, or from your partner scratching you with her long gel nails. So one arm is going up and cuddle you with this sense of coziness and warmth and sensuality. And this one goes in and supports you with your, like, covers your pain, or right, like something better in my vocabulary, but not yet. Ready. So we turned 2 and 3 and 4, and we're reaching up and out, and this arm is going, so I'm kind of preparing this area to accommodate my arm, and I'm preparing this area to accommodate my hand, and then I will be going into the spiral. Yeah. So while that will land it, up to the legs will be moving to your arms, and diaphragm in, left arm closing under, pressing your biceps against your temple, and rolling it over your foot, and then opening. Again, in exaggeration, you might think that you want to have your elbows on one line. So like, if, yeah, here, yeah, so how this can be deep, and this elbow can go, I do have this occasional cramps when I'm just, without thinking about it, reaching to grab my seatbelt without like turning enough, and I'm like, yeah, okay, ready. We are here in this line and coordinating, closing from the top and closing from the front. And here you can be a little more looking through the shoulder. Beautiful. And then you can go into the element, which I prepared especially for you. No, just for myself. I like it. Here, and you will step, and you will throw your arms around. There you go, rondage, sit, and you will go, okay, so step across, spiral, rondage, sit. Yeah. Exaggeration, going out of your comfort zone. If you don't feel like your leg want to fly, it's okay. You still can do spiral, rondage, and sit. So if you're not flying, then rondage, brushing, and sitting. just put the camera. So center cross, spiral. If it's flying, it's flying in and sit. If it's not flying, it goes on the floor, brushing and sit. And 2 and 3 and 4. 4, 2, spiral, rotate, brush and sit. Step across. Unwind your frame. Send your leg into the rotate, brush and sit. Step across. Unwind, throw your leg, passe, sit. What exaggeration is here? After you step across, please exaggerate how long you can keep your base without moving. And then how long you can keep your top without moving. Because the most common mistake is moving everything one piece like a barrel. And this is where, yeah, you have a little bit, you will have a little of limitations. So make your step. I know. Yeah. Now to base, I need to do it from inconvenient side for me, okay, but I'll try. Here, frame, and look what we did in the paso. There is a moment when I'm allowing my feet to pivot, to let's say reach with my leading arm to the screen. To the screen, yes, open it, David, open it, yes, open it a little further, yes, and feel that this is a lever to send your leg all the way around, and then finish with the frame. Okay, I'll do with you, and I'm stepping away from the screen here, maximum without pivoting. Start pivoting to reach your right arm past 12 o'clock, a little bit past 12 o'clock. Whoa. And then go with the leg. So do it now with some flow. Maximum without pivoting, and then leg, and that's it. Gene, you're handling it well, just don't turn the head, because your head, the amount of pounds contained here need to be present on the ball of the foot, giving you a, of course, look at you, yes, Debbie, very nice. So Debbie, for you, it's just a moment of passing the leg into the back space and then forcing the pivot up, the twisting action. So you're doing it just slightly before you pass to the back space. You're doing it in the front, pass it to the back. Yes, and then when it's behind you, do your passe. So we can think of it like you trying to kick your butt up, up, there. Wow. Marilyn, this is almost nice. So when you get into the leading your leg, so do this and stop. Can you please stay active in your frame and then feel that the leg is lifting in front of you? Yes, leg is lifting in front. So you're lifting the leg against the moving arm. Yes. Whoa. You see, totally different effect. Because when we're lifting the leg into the arm, we're reducing the thing. My arm is out and my leg is lifting away from the arm. No. Your leg's still going this way. It is okay to Let's all do this just a few more times because I think it's an important subject. We want to trust our guts that they will move the leg around. To pick up the leg, just keep picking it, pick, and remember, this is what you will be doing. I'm picking it up. So let's bend and pick it and feel it goes across. And now if you'll start moving, and you will be picking it forward. So then you did it together. So arm goes this way. Let's start like this. So put your arms, all of you put your arms to the back. And now swing them around. And when you're swinging, pick your leg diagonally to the left. Whoa. Almost, yes. Yep, okay. This is not the most important thing for today. We know that we'll go through it, and then when we see, I want us to try and with this position, if I'll be doing it for you here after my step, ronde. I want us to try position with a little more drama, with a little more, I think, genuinely. Knowing you, we all fall a little more into the elegance. But we know some of the dancers, they're not hesitant to use a little bit of aggressive energy. Let's say the moment when I will close my arm in front of my face and like I will be, I don't know, hiding myself behind the mask. Or I will be like, I don't know, a little more animalistic with my facial expression. And when my arms will be going in front of my face, or even for a little touch of here, I can give this a little more like predator characterization, not a lovely floating something, but that I'm ready to eat you. Just serve me with the blood. Yeah, when we get into the press line, put your gesture over your head and think that it will be sharp in your arm and your thing. Yes. So work here, gentle, cuddling, work, goes step, spiral, sit. And what else we can do? We can put this arm on the back, and we can give this line a more edgy, like the rose with the spikes. Yeah. Yes, I'm beautiful rose, but I have all the spikes. My knee is pressed out, my elbows in the back, and overall I'm dangerous. And then the next thing we'll do is here, because I was just teasing about our anger. Then I want us to go down and do a little swan kind of thing with our leg. And then chain with the arm behind your head and the leg. Getting into the deepest hip action you can do. So think of the sound just there. A feeling element, you can do it. Good. No, just skip it. We're sitting here and we start bending forward. So here we also can give it a full commitment of leaning down, standing like this there. And once we get our leg, we do this like, I don't know, Dega, but very intense Dega. And picking ourselves like a ballet, but then the arm goes beyond your head. And when you're turning with some delay in your wrist, you can feel yourself like a royal highness when you're offering your wrist for a kiss. of your peasants, and also you a little lazy kind of soldier with your arm behind your head. And we will do this little thing of delaying the head, resting in our arm, and when we finish the turn, the arm will be like right below our neck. Yeah. So again, when we stay here, and after this thing, we went up, and one arm goes in a circle, other one goes over your head, and you resting it. So let your front arm to go ahead, and your eyes stay behind, and you would at some point feel like the arms are getting closer to one another, and here you might feel again yourself in a cuddle. Before next thing, before next thing, we'll change the audience from this corner to this, and we'll go to the hip row, 3, 4, hip row, 3, 4. Yeah, okay. Sharp sitting. So when we're sitting, think the opposition between your.
I want to see your feet while you're doing it.
Yes, of course. Yeah. When we'll be sitting in this rows with spikes, angles, and sharp finish. So you know the opposition in your leg, a sit, a twist, and then slowly you go into your thing. What can be done here? Like Jean was saying, oh, can we learn something from this swan thing? Yeah, we learn from the swan thing. So when you're sitting here, the moment I'm going down, my arms goes this way, like a swan. And then I'm all the way up with my belly, but my arms are on the base, and they go through my body. This goes to my head. I'm resting in my arm, and I'm feeling a cuddle here. And Kukaracha, step, diagonal, Kukaracha, step, diagonal. So again, usually I give you all the, not the bullshit, but I give you all the recommendation keeping this presentable. If we exaggerate, and after all the display of elegance, we're getting to a little bit of a highlight of how deep and continuous we can be in our hip. And we can soften our ribs just a little bit more to give it extra importance of my hip, extra volume, with some compromise, of course, but it will be a calculated risk, knowing that it's not just falling side, but a little deeper, a little more butt articulation before I go out. Here, same little thing. I can lift my arm a little bit to give my hip undivided attention. So like this, it can be about your arm, but I want it to be about the hip. So I bring my arm up. So the only thing I want you to see is my hip movement. Okay. Let's try to go through all of this. You just can skip the spiral. Just remember, get back to the sitting. Ready. 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3 and 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2. And keep, change. 2 and keep, change. And look, no worries at all about, yes, Mary. Ah, okay. No worries at all if it's linking or not. I'll give you a slow count. You're just thinking here, this is a space I'm exploring. This is the line. I would just want to see if I can touch my neck real. And can I rest a little bit and feel the laziness and this moment when you just don't want to wake up and do. Okay, ready. Four and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 6. Yes, sharp. 1. And continue with your arms to your legs and bring it up. And one arm goes around, another goes over your head, and you rest in it. Super, finishing the spiral. And now about your hip. Yep. Cross step and hip, hip, hip. Yep. Good, good, good. I like it. I like it. After the first part, be mindful about switching your attention to the legs. In the first 2 bars, they're supporting, but they are behind the stage, all your upper part. After 2 bars, upper part get on the back stage and your ankles get on the front stage. So be mindful about switching your attention and hopefully switching my attention. Ready. 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, sorry. Beyond your comfort zone. Gene, you had like 3 more feet to reach with your chest forward, was not your maximum at all. It might be not your decision in the end, but now you're exploring, can with a single movement, I show to the judges that I have so much more range of movement, and I have to be considered a winner by 1 movement when I go so risky and still preserve a balance. Yeah, so then it was also a little hesitant at opening your chest. So when your arm is on the back, it feels like the skin here is tearing apart. Ready. 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and changing to the feet. 2 and 3 and 4. Changing back to your arms, cuddling, 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 and 2 and spiral, ronde, and sit. Sit sharp. What? Give it a wild exaggeration, something big and wild. And closing softly, bending to your swan arms, collecting them up. And one arm reaching to the ceiling, and then elbow reaching to the ceiling, and you're resting in your thing. Yep. And now let's do like this. When we finish our spiral, no, it's a little risky. Let's get ourselves in a place here, cuddle, opening your arms, and ready to bring them up, somewhat around your head to make a hip. 1, 2, 1. And I'm directing my visual focus into the space between my arm and my hip. So it's okay to look a little bit down, because you basically, we all being sometime in a situation when a crowd of people looking somewhere, and you're like, okay, I need to look there too. Yes. Oh, what's there? Like, oh, what's there? Nothing. It's just a joke. So when I'm saying, oh, what's there? If somebody's looking at you, he would say, oh, what's there? So, and he will find your hip there. Yes. It is okay at points to be a guide for the audience attention, for the judge's attention. And you do it like, what? And then sometimes you can look at your own arm and give it more importance. Yes. Ready? 2 and 3 up. Ready? 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 2 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 2 and 3 and yes, up. I know. You're all comfortable with just closing your arm here. Can we please go a little bit uncomfortable to give me this, the biceps across your pecs? Yes. Just expanding your variety. You don't have to do it this way. But because I see that this is what most of you are doing, I'm insisting to give yourself a, so when you will be looking at someone across your own hand, having it gliding along your beautiful shining skin, you will immediately have a follower. Yeah? So don't hesitate. Ready. We did after our turn, going around. One is under the diaphragm, another one across, and stepping. Whoa. You might feel it's useful for the following unwind, because this is okay. But when I was here, I honestly felt like, oh, I have so much discomfort here. The only thing I want is open my arms. Yeah. Okay, ready? One more time. One thing I'm missing from all of you, it's again just part of our awareness, mindfulness. Most of you never reaching a place of your ceiling. Where is your ceiling? How high you can be before opening your hands. Yep, we're a little bit cozy and convenient here, but then feel that on the top you can do all what you can with your shoulders and elbows, and then wrist and fingertips can bring such a special cherry on top of your cake that you will win the heart of the judge. Ready. Begin. 2 and 3 and up. Sorry. I start on 4, 1, on 2 you start. 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and walk and turn. 2, 3 across and make a step, 2 unwind and 3 and sit. Go into your swan. Yes. Pull up your stockings and open your arm, and one goes behind your head. Finish the turn. Open your hands and bring them up. 2, hip, 4, and then look into the space between your elbow and your hip. Now I'll try to count a little more like the flow of music. So you will have to kind of flow through this. Feel that one become another. One become another. There is a transition between elements, hopefully without much sacrifice to the extension and the search for the limit. Ready. 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and step, unwind and ronde, sit. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and and 4 and 1 and da. Finish your turn, cucaracha, and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, good. I think it was a very interesting exploration. Because when you dance with a partner, you have some like steps, left, right, cucarachas, fans. The partner will decide a lot of it, how smooth you want to go, or how sharp you want to place you. But the places like this, when you're on your own, will be totally dedicated to your personal expression and individuality of these design elements. And I believe that the search for the exaggeration in a regular elements like spiral, that we did quite some work when we talked about the delays and the releases of energy. We can do more of it, but generally when you think of working about your competition routine and you may be doing some videos and you're looking, oh, I think I did so much more here, but it didn't look big enough. So kind of, this is one of the ways to make you happier looking at your videos, because you have to go way beyond your comfort zone to give it a powerful vibration either through the camera or with the people who are sitting far away. Yeah, I think we get quite a dive into this little thing. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Nikolay. That was really fun.